your ideal F1 driver? So the best starter.
Best starter. I do think this year we have had some good starts. So I'll put myself.
The best guy to do a setup.
Me.
The best qualifier.
Well, I'm not gonna put myself there. I mean, I think we've been doing good qualifying. But I'll put Charles. I like it. He's normally very good in qualifying.
For racecraft.
I'm gonna put Fernando. I like it when he's racing with people. Like you can see, he's racing smart.
Tire management.
Who's very good at tire management. This is also really car dependent, to be honest. Nowadays, it's very hard to say. To be honest.
No one. And overtaker.
Me.
Well done. So this is it. You're basically most of the.
Well, you told me that I was allowed to choose myself. Normally,
Yes.
I always take myself out of the picture, but
But you have to. And Max, in the last few months, I heard you many times saying, "Oh, people's perception about me has changed, but I never changed. It's just people choose to believe whatever they want to believe." But here in Brazil, you have these growing connections with the country. Do you feel every time you come here, people treat you better, accept you better? Do you feel any difference?
Well, so first of all, the question was put to me in an interview that if I felt that maybe I was perceived differently lately. So then, yeah, I have to answer that question. Otherwise, I would have never said anything. You know, I would just do my thing. But yeah, but it also just depends on in the season. Like in 23, in some places that you would go to, people are booing you just because of the success, right? Mm-hmm. When you are a bit the underdog, then maybe more people start to like you naturally, just because of that. Mm-hmm. So honestly, it also just depends a lot on where you are in the championship, you know, how people view the championship. So that's just a normal way of how a career can go, to be honest. And yeah, for sure. I mean, I've been booed here as well in Brazil. And at the same time, then last year there was a lot of cheering because of the race and stuff. So I think that's just a little bit part of F1. But of course, for me, I'm always very happy to be here in Brazil.
And some of these connections are through family, of course. You always mention that you love having family around, and Brazilians are like that, have these strong family values. So you feel we share the same kind of values.
Yeah, in a way, maybe we're not too dissimilar, being Dutch or Brazilian. So I feel it's very natural for me to be in Brazil. I enjoyed a lot. The people are a lot of fun to be with, and like you said, like very family orientated, like, you know, big groups together, and yeah, just, you know, have a great time. And it doesn't even need to be anything crazy or fancy, but just having a good time all together.
It's all about that. I remember a few years ago you said I had too many beans when I was in Brasilia. Was it the same this year? Did you discover anything else that you liked?
I mean, there's so many nice pieces of meat. Like you said, like rice and beans are fantastic. Some of the desserts as well. I mean, I forgot the name already, but like there's so many different things every time that I get to Brasilia that I get offered to try. I mean, yeah, little like doughs with like meat or cheese in it to eat. Mm-hmm. Little bread, you know, like so many nice things that I enjoy in Brazil.
And what's the conversation like in the family when you're not talking about racing? I imagine you talk a lot about racing, but is there something else?
I mean, a little bit, but mainly just about life or things that you're doing in your life, you know, projects. So yeah, it's not too much about Formula One, I would say.
Have you ever pictured yourself being a girl dad and being full of girl toys all around? Remember you saying that your house now, it's a complete mess because of the children and the dogs and the cats and everything. Have you ever pictured yourself like this?
For me, I mean, it doesn't matter, you know, a girl or a boy. So you have to be always very, I think, open-minded, right, about these things. So the most important is, I think, just kids. And yeah, for me, really, it doesn't matter if it's a girl or a boy. You will love them, you know, equally as much.
Is that something you learned with the girls so far?
No. I mean, you already have that in your family. For example, with my sister also. With the boys, the girls, you have a lot of family members that, you know, have kids. I also have, you know, younger brother, younger sister, you know, so you deal with that naturally.
You said that fatherhood has helped you to put everything into perspective. So you get home and it doesn't matter anymore if you got a penalty or something like that. But do you think this has made you quicker as well because you can detach?
I think naturally I've been like that anyway, a little bit lately. But it definitely, let's say, didn't make me slower. So, you know, always people say when you get kids, you get slower, but that's not really, I don't think that's true at all, to be honest. It just depends on how you were living your life anyway. And for me, that luckily doesn't really change a lot because the life that I was living was already quite, you know, family oriented. So it just fitted in perfectly, I would say.
Mm-hmm. And another connection you have with Brazil is Gabi. He's always talking a lot about you. Actually, every single Brazilian driver I interview, they'll go, Max, I want to be like Max. And you are really the reference for all of them. What do you see of you in him, in Gabi?
I think the eagerness of wanting to be better, wanting to learn, the love of, in general, racing, you know, he's very passionate about it. And he's just down to earth, you know, like a normal guy, which I value a lot because in this world that can change very quickly. But he has a very good heart, and I think that is very important.
But can he beat you in the sim? Or?
We are very closely matched. Yeah, he's very good, and that's why, you know, we do a lot of. It's not even just about beating each other lap time wise. We're just practicing, you know, with overtaking because you know Gabi is still a rookie in Formula One, and some tracks that he goes to he's never been to before. And I anyway spend a lot of time on the simulator for a lot of different reasons. And when we can do that together and practice a bit and help each other out, you know, with understanding the car a bit more in where you can overtake or not, or how to position the car, stuff like that, I think, it works well for both of us.
And also track models and setup and all that.
Yeah, a lot of that. I mean, we talk about a lot of stuff. Of course, when you go to certain tracks, you look for the best possible setup, right? So we just communicate with each other, like on the simulator as well, what you want to do, and you get to like a compromise on the setup as well.
So I guess it's all the racing, and then there's some swear words in Portuguese that you sometimes
quite a few.
And Call of Duty just to relax.
Yeah, I mean it depends a bit on the day, of course. Sometimes naturally he or me we have a bit more free time, but it's not only about racing. It's also just meeting up in Monaco, or like you said, like relaxing in other kind of things, like just having a good time together, like you know friends do, and I consider him as a friend.
Which advice would you give to him for his first home Grand Prix?
Well, I already did. I mean, for him, of course, I know that there's a lot of attention and a lot of commitment as well. So it's important that he's not burned out before the weekend starts, and then he's talented and wise enough to know what he has to do when he jumps in the car. You shouldn't approach it different to any other Grand Prix. Of course, there's more fans, but you just want to have a good time. You want to perform, jump in the car, and just follow your instincts at the end of the day.
And just final one, because I was curious. I saw a Red Bull video that you were asking Yuki, heaven or hell. How about you? Where are you going to?
When I'm dead, it doesn't matter.
Wow.